stay
And we're
on
back with
topic, so when
TSPN. We
people
always
sit
have a good time before we even
yeah,
start.
we do it,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Trying to figure out the name. And we have
me-
Janet Saxton. Hi,
Right.
Janet.
Hi, nice to
And
meet you.
Rita Nunes.
Hi.
Hi,
Morning.
Rita. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I'm awake and everything. I'm dressed, got my shoes, got everything on. That's good for me.
Yeah, as
in the
opposed,
morning.
my wife is still sleeping, I think, because
yeah.
she babysat for my daughter, and they went to the Dodger Giant game
Oh,
last
how
night. And
Did the Giants win? Or?
No.
no,
Oh, sorry.
no.
I'm not. Sorry.
it was a great game.
No,
Rita.
you are.
Come on. Okay, let's talk about something that's very serious. Enough about that baseball stuff. But October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
That's right. It's a national awareness program signified by the the color purple. And our agency, what we're doing to
For awareness.
thank you. We put these baskets all over the county
Okay.
in different spots.
Just for people to take out
yeah.
whatever they want?
Yeah.
And they're all purple items. They signify, to be aware about. Isn't that cute? It's a little
It's
emerald
a nail
board.
file
Yeah.
that
And
says,
we will have
says
these.
love shouldn't hurt.
We will have those in the basket.
And this is a love shouldn't hurt card. Peace begins at home. I'm trying to get some of these on the
Thank you.
camera. And then faith, hope, and love. Yep, faith, hope, and love wristband, I guess you call it, and a pencil. But these will be all over the county, and
In
people
different businesses, yeah. And if anybody wants any promotional items or a basket, they can call the office and we can get it to them.
what is
And they're
this, like a
pens.
magnet?
Yeah, it's a card magnet.
And then you have a
Cute.
pen,
These
Rita?
are pens.
Okay,
Just, well, kind of like this one.
It's upside down.
great.
It's purple.
But this is for October, and the month of October, just to bring more awareness to the issues.
Right.
Correct?
And there are issues.
Well, let's talk about some of those issues, because domestic violence, I know from the county side, from the reports we get from our undersheriff, these are some of the most dangerous calls that you can get into.
It's, well, Janet knows more about it than I do. I'm a volunteer. I'm going on my third year. And we always want more volunteers. I take care of donations that come in. And if they need me for something else, I'm there. And sometimes to chaperone the kids.
And the donations, by the way, go to Operation Care, which
Clients,
sole function
yeah.
is to help people
Sole
that
function,
have issues, men or women, I
Right.
guess,
Men, 1 in 6 men, believe it or not,
are the
Affected, yeah.
are the victims of domestic violence,
And
domestic
they
abuse.
usually leave with their kids. They take their kids. When it affects their kids, that's when they leave, When it's,
What's the main cause? Drugs, alcohol, or just anger?
you name it,
Yeah, everything.
out of work.
It's a lot of times it's a cycle. Kids grow up in that environment and then it just continues because they don't know any different. So we try to do a lot of prevention, outreach classes with kids. We're trying to get in the schools more for
Yep.
them to know it's not okay.
I saw a case the other night, and this is why I say they're so dangerous, where we see some of the reports, and one side had lost their house, although they were partners. She had lost her house and was threatening the other partner with a gun,
Yeah.
and would not come out when she was
Yeah.
asked to come out by the. So that's where it really gets dangerous for
It's
everyone.
stalking.
And she'd already injured the other partner by hitting her, and really, really tragic in a lot of cases, the outcome. So the intervention is important.
Yeah. Just in our paper, I read on the call log, arrest log, there were probably 8 incidences of suspicion of spousal battery. So I think the more it's known, the more it's coming out to light. I'm amazed. I've worked there since May. I'm amazed at the number of people that come in for help. It's really sad, and a lot of kids, are involved.
I guess you reach the end of your rope, and you have no place else to go. So that's when people think of Operation Care, and maybe they've been thinking about calling already.
And it's a 24-hour crisis line, And
And that crisis line is 223-2600 for local. They have 800 number too. But
Right.
that's the nice part about it. There's somebody there 24 hours
Yes.
a day.
and if they're in danger, they call 911. Call
Yeah.
911 first, And then 911 will get in touch with us. Well,
Right.
not me personally, because I'm not,
Yeah.
I
Someone
do
has
other
the
stuff.
crisis line.
I do
Always.
other things.
It's nice to try and have that intervention before you get to the 911 part, because that's what happened the other night. Is they were talking to the person who was the abuser, and then the line went dead, and then they could not regain contact. So it's nice to have that intervention
Yeah.
before you get to
Yeah.
the critical stage.
And it's so important when the kids are there, the little kids, you know,
Right.
and so somebody, while the parent is being counseled, somebody is there with the kids in another room playing with them, and you know, so they don't hear what's going on.
Right.
You know.
Rita, you volunteered 3 years ago, you said?
It'll be 3 years this coming up.
And
It's
what
26.
caused you to volunteer?
I just thought that I had met some of the counselors, and I just thought it was a really good thing. I've been involved with STARS for a long time too, but I just needed to do more, and they needed help. They needed more volunteers, and they do so much good. But it makes me feel good to be able
Right.
to do this. So it's good for me too.
And Janet, you actually work at Operation
Right.
Care?
I was a volunteer first too, and then I went through the domestic violence certification training last spring, and then I got hired as the volunteer coordinator soon after, and I've been there. I love it. It's really rewarding. It's
It
just
is.
a sad fact
Yeah.
that it happens in our community.
You see it's rewarding, but you see a lot of the trauma that goes
Oh, yeah.
on too. So I guess the rewarding part comes from helping those people,
Right.
getting them back on their feet, and getting them out of a bad situation.
And I'm sorry, Janet, but sometimes they leave with nothing but the clothes on their back. They're so afraid. And so we have a fantastic closet for men, women, and kids.
You see, I don't know what you want to call it, the reunion of those families sometimes?
Very rarely.
Very rarely, huh?
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
that's the
great.
sad part
Yep.
too, that there's little help, I guess, for the other side, except
if
for
they want help,
except
you
for-
know,
if
but
they want help.
There are exceptions, though. There are exceptions that sometimes they get it. Enough is enough, you know.
we're there to
Okay.
help the victim.
October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So with that, we're going to talk to you a little bit more when we come back. But we have to go to a final break on TSPN, and we'll be right back.